former Afghan diplomat to France and Canada. It's good seeing you again, sir. So firstly, even though there is global distrust of the Taliban, there seems to be a willingness to give the group a chance. What are your thoughts on what a Taliban-appointed government would look like?
Well, giving a chance obviously can be translated in so many ways. And the formation of a government is one test, one criteria that the international community is going to use in the days to come to see what kind of mindset the Taliban are in. Do they think that they can have the whole cake and eat it too, or are they willing to share the Afghan political and power cake with other stakeholders who matter in Afghanistan? So I think that that is a test, but at the same time, the formation of a government could have different layers. We do not know exactly at this point if the government is just going to be an executive branch appointment system, or is it going to also include a leadership shura, which has been talked about, but not as much as the government. There are two different entities. So I think in the next few days, maybe 3-4 days, we will have more transparency on this.
We've been hearing for weeks now about the many people in Afghanistan who fear for their safety under Taliban rule. The group says Afghanistan will be more inclusive, but in the same breath talks about Sharia law-driven social policies. How inclusive do you think the Taliban could be?
Remains to be seen. Up to now, they have shown some tolerance in terms of, for example, the media being still active and somewhat free, even though there are some fears that exist within the media. You can feel it. They're talking about the fact that women can go to work whenever these conditions are ready, that young girls can go to school or the university. But Sharia itself, when we talk about Sharia, that's Islamic law. Islamic law has obviously is a complex issue that the Taliban think they are an expert in it. Other Muslim Islamic groups, ranging from moderate to maybe more extreme groups, can offer you different interpretations at times. But obviously, at the end of the day, it's the Taliban who have to convince the Afghan people, and it's the Afghan people who have to embrace the interpretations and the rules and behaviors that the Taliban want to adopt from now on. It cannot be a one-way street.
How much of a threat are terrorist groups like Daesh to the Taliban's new vision for Afghanistan, you think?
It all depends on how strong Daesh or ISKP is. We hear different assessments about ISKP. At one point, 3-4 years ago, they were somewhat strong, maybe up to 1,500, 2,000 people in northern and eastern Afghanistan. That capacity has been reduced over time. The Taliban have actually been a cause of that reduction. They have gone after ISKP, and ISKP has gone after the Taliban. They have had major clashes. The Taliban have usually been stronger. So I think that dynamic is going to continue. There are other affiliates or other type of terrorist groups that are roaming around Afghanistan too, but at this point they seem to be quiet, maybe under the radar, waiting to see what happens, because the Taliban obviously are in control of 90-something% of the country.
All right, Mr. Omar Samad, always good getting your insight. Thank you.